Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 95. My name is Joseph Maldonado, otherwise known as Joe Exotic. And today we're going to cover a couple things, okay? I don't know how many of you watched the debate the other night. You know, it seems to be just a waste of time. Do they ever explain to the American people why we have problems and what we can do to stop the problems and what happens when the problems start to trickle effect that affect you and me as American working people? You know, $1.59 gas prices are awesome, but what needs to happen is we need to level that out at about $2.50 a gallon in order to keep the economy here in the United States going. The problem is when it drops to $1.59, there's not as much sales tax collected by the city and the state and the county, and there's not as much income coming in off of the profit, off of the gasoline sold by the station that's selling it, which also affects how they can afford to pay people, how many people they can employ, and how many people they have to lay off. Right now, all of this has affected 40 companies nationwide that has had to file bankruptcy, and I'm talking large ones. And we're facing right here in Oklahoma, Chesapeake Energy may have to go in bankruptcy as well. Walmart is closing 269 stores. And the problem with that is there's another 58,000 people going to be out of work. So what happens with all of this? The problem is the Obama administration, we started building this huge pipeline. The United States has enough oil in supply that we could take care of ourselves right here in America with our own oil. But the Obama administration put a stop to the pipeline, the use of the pipeline. Right here in Oklahoma, we have a main hub in Cushings, Oklahoma, that distributes it out to refineries such as Wynnewood. But here is the main problem with all of this. Human beings love to fight. Do we need to spend trillions and trillions of dollars going abroad to Saudi Arabia and fighting over their oil? We don't need their oil. The problem is unless we have turmoil and fighting, the economy crashes because the people love to fight. I mean, hell, look at it right here in America. We have all of the special interest groups and the lobbyists and everybody else fighting right here in the United States. There's no reason why they shouldn't be standing on a debate stage trying to figure out how to make peace and make the economy all grow at the same time. Do you not think instead of making everything we do here in America illegal, okay, instead of going abroad and spending trillions of dollars fighting with Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, and Saudi Arabia, and everybody else, why don't we concentrate on what we've done to our own country right here in America? God forsake, look, how many years, as long as I've been alive, you've been able to go to SeaWorld and watch the trainers work with orca whales? That is their choice and their professional responsibility of whether or not they want to take the risk of getting hurt or not. It shouldn't be a special interest groups or even the governments. Hell, if we would make legal half of everything that we made legal right here in America, we could boost the economy just by the things that we made illegal because somebody didn't like it. But the big problem all goes back to greed for the rich people. So say that we have too much oil right now and the oil prices are down. What happens? The people that are pumping the oil and control the oil refuse to sell that oil. Then it'll push the price back up to the point of where they want it, not where the economy wants it or where you and I want it, a good comfortable level. They will refuse to sell the oil, which will make us have to go abroad to buy foreign oil. So it all basically boils down to politics and greed. It has nothing to do with actually the American people, once again, of how much you shop or how much you spend. The problem is they're driving the value of the American dollar to hell. That's China's sole purpose, is to drive the value of the American dollar to where it's worth absolutely nothing. And that's the problem with what Donald Trump is pushing for right now. He doesn't want to go into office and slowly work for world peace and trying to get different nations to get along, of free trade, Mexico, China, Canada. He wants to go in there and bully them and charge them 45% tax in order to bring anything into this country. What he's going to do is crash the economy and crash the American dollar, because all it would take would China to completely shut us off and we'd be screwed, because most of the product that we buy in Walmarts and other stores are made in China. Next time you go to the store, look at the back of it and see where it was made. We can work with other companies and other organizations along with other nations about how we can all work together and benefit each other. The bully tactic is definitely not going to work. We've dealt with the bully tactic from politicians in the United States far too long, of using our money, our lives, and everything else to push their agendas and what they would like to see. Another problem that we have here in America is idiots. We've had more states pass gun laws to keep your constitutional right to open carry and bear arms. Then we have idiots that walk around town and refuse to show their ID. I'm going to show you just a quick video here of what's going on in Connecticut, ladies and gentlemen.
Why do I have to show you my permit? I don't have to show you my permit, right? I'm not showing you anything. I want to order my food and get up out of here. Sir, I'm not showing you anything.
I see your permit, please.
Do I need to show you my permit?
I am requesting your permit.
But why are you requesting my permit?
Because you're armed in a...
Is that illegal?
It's not. I'm just requesting
Exactly.
make sure you're
in a public place. I'm the public. You're a public servant. I can walk where I want to and not be.
To see your permit.
And I'm requesting not to show you anything.
Do you have your permit?
I'm not answering any questions.
All right. Where they screwed up this law was passing a law in some states that it was illegal for a police officer to ask you for your gun permit. Now, where the hell did that make sense? So you don't know whether the bad guy's got a gun or the good guy's got a gun. Not that every cop in the country would walk around and ask you for your gun permit, but hell, let's go to profiling. If you look shady and you're carrying a gun, I would want to know if you were legal or whether you weren't. And I don't see any problem with it. But when you have people that are completely out there carrying an open firearm strictly to harass the law enforcement, I think we have a problem. All right, well, anyway, it's absolutely freezing out here today, and we got a little bit of snow here in Wynnewood, Oklahoma. And today's video is just a little bit of a test for me to see just what the American people want, what you want to hear, and what you'd like to watch. So here's you some facts about oil, the economy, just to show you that I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. But I did it with absolutely not one curse word. So let's see how many people go for the shock value, or if you want to hear it exactly the way it is. And that's straight from somebody real, whether I cuss or not. So at the end of the day today, or tomorrow morning, let's compare the views to video message number 92 versus 95. I'm Joe Exotic, otherwise known as Joseph Maldonado, and I'm running for president of the United States, ladies and gentlemen, and just to show you that I do have a wild side and I do have a professional side. I think I've got this under control, and I do have your back. So get on www.joeexotic2016.com. Voice your opinion, let me know what you've got to say, and I'll see if I can't find the answers for you. Show you just how I'd try and solve the problem. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for video message number 96.